So, Adam, you got anything that we could do for the show? Because we kind of need something.
I guess we could do predictions for Clash of Champions.
Well, do we have to?
We don't really have much of anything else to really.
Dude, I'm gonna need you to get completely off my back about these predictions.
I
mean,
jeez.
I will say this though: it is, doing predictions for a totally predictable pay-per-view is tight.
Insert 5G joke here.
I guess.
It's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You know what time it is. It's time for As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
And this week, no, we're not doing the predictions for a show that's going to be incredibly predictable. We're not going to do it. Nope.
No.
Screw you guys. We're not doing it.
We do enough predictions throughout the year. I'm just kind of like, you know what?
Tim is burnt out on predictions? What?
Especially super predictable, where there's no way in hell, like, we're going to tie. We'll have to go figure out a tiebreaker because we won't have a question.
Yep.
And the way I want to tie, Adam sucks at. Not my
it's
fault.
horrible. It doesn't make any sense.
It's not my fault. He sucks at it. But so that's not fair. So there's this, we'll just do it next week for takeoff to takeover predictions.
Take off to takeover. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're pinching the bridge of your nose. All right. Yep. It's a terrible idea.
There's the one reason I wish I wore glasses so I could actually do what you have to take the glasses off and then you pinch the nose. That's you're actually taking the effort to take it off.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time, like level 1 is to slide the glasses up, pinch and side.
That's the equivalent of me doing that.
The full taking off the glasses and pinching the nose and sighing. That's just me giving up.
But you do that a lot for WWE.
I do that a lot. But first of all, we got to say goodbye to Road Warrior Animal here. One half of the Legion of Doom, a.k.a. the Road Warriors, depending on what promotion you knew them from.
Yeah. Now it's official. They're both gone.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Especially 60 years old.
I know.
So that's kind of disappointing for that. But
September 22nd, the first day of fall. Matt Hardy's birthday. Happy birthday, Matt Hardy.
So, but yeah, it's sad. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
Yes.
For this. But.
Especially to Brie and Nikki Bella's stepdad.
John Laurinaitis.
Yeah. Look, okay, I did not know Animal's real name. I'll be honest. I had no idea. So when I saw Joseph Laurinaitis, for a very quick moment in my head, I went, oh, no, not Laurinaitis. And then I was like, wait, no, this is a different Laurinaitis. It's his brother. Oh, now I feel horrible.
Yeah.
But I went through and I looked at like all of their accolades, how long they were wrestling for, like overall. I was just like, Now, I do have one match that stood out for me. It was DX versus the Road Warriors, where Shawn gets in the ring, immediately turns around, and I believe he saw Hawk in the ring, and turns right back around and tags Triple H back in. And that match was every time Shawn was in the ring, he did everything in his power to get Triple H back in the ring. And I was like, it fits Shawn's character. I think that was 97.
Yeah. Was that Legion of Doom or was that Legion of Doom 2000?
No, that was Legion of Doom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was before Sonny took over their management.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Back when Ellering was still their manager.
Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, so just so you know, if you haven't gone and seen WWE Untold, here comes the champ. Oh, the champ is here. Where we talked about the untold story of John Cena and Edge's matchup promo. After basically Cena cashes the Money in the Bank, leading to their worked together that summer
Yep.
after Rob Van Dam got suspended. Blah blah blah.
Rod
it-
Van Dam wins the championship, immediately gets busted for weed.
Yep.
God damn it, dude! Really?
So it was that program I was talking about, and it talked about how it's the like I'm not obviously the Hulk Hogan of this generation. That's Cena. Who did
Yep.
Hogan have? Hogan had Roddy Piper. I want to be Cena's Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper was him, Jake the Snake, Jake Roberts, both great foils.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy the fact that you have to have, like, Cena had, in a way, Edge. Not really, because Edge ended up being more on SmackDown than anything else.
Well, in the beginning part, but then yes.
Then it became more of Edge and Undertaker. That was more the bigger thing.
Yep.
But really, Cena had Orton.
Yeah. Edge and Cena worked far better together.
Yes. They put on better matches. No
Yeah.
offense. Orton, you
There was-
probably could put on an amazing match, but you're slow and plodding.
Not that time. He was actually pretty good.
No, but then, yeah, he's...
He was better then.
yeah.
Basically, he had because he still cared at that point.
What was that, 2005?
No, that was
Six?
like 2006, 2007.
Okay. Yeah.
Somewhere right around there.
Yeah, because the first ECW show was 2005. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's six into 7.
Yeah. So, but
Sorry.
yeah. But by the way, the Edge actually drew out what he wanted his Rated R Championship belt to look like. It was basically a version of the original Intercontinental Championship with his logo on it.
Oh, that's cool.
But there was more little break-offs, and he drew it. And he's like, I drew this amazing belt, and he showed his picture. Well, I can't remember the name of the Instagram company who does championship designs, and they do work. Actually, did a design, an actual copy design of that.
Oh, nice.
And it actually looks. I'm like, it looks okay. But his design, I was like, oh, actually, okay. Seeing how he went about it, it's like, okay. Seeing it in actually what an actual championship belt would look like, because it has more details. It's not marker drawn. Which Edge's version of it is actually done pretty well.
I
But
did hear that through that documentary,
yeah,
that Cena had a lot to do with the spinner belt.
yes, the diamonds and everything, and then Edge is like, I hate the spinner belt. And to me, it's the one belt that actually needs to look like a championship.
Yeah.
And then he talks about like, oh, we're gonna do a rated R. Like, oh, I gotta get to work. And he talks about this, and he's like, oh no, and he shows them this. He's like, oh no, we're just gonna put your logo in. And he's like,
Oh.
really? He's like,
Okay.
but Edge wouldn't want a spinner belt, and because he never introduced himself as Edge. He's always Adam if he talks to you.
Oh, yeah.
So he referring to Edge would not want a spinner belt. It's like, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure Edge as a character would not want a spinner belt.
No.
But at the same time, it was more, at that moment, it was more, I don't want a spinner belt, and I portray Edge.
Of course.
I know Edge, and he agrees with me on this, but fine.
But we'll do this anyway.
And they bring up again about how when they tossed the spinner belt into the river, how that's the most polluted river in the world, and the divers who were completely covered, and he's just in his wrestling tights. He went home and he was sick for a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He didn't realize that until after he saw the divers, and he was already in the river. So,
Well,
but
those
yeah,
things happen.
It's a good little documentary, so I recommend go see it. But Adam, I think we have ratings.
We do have ratings. I gotta do a quick check, though, because AEW had a special on Tuesday night.
Yes.
Late Night Dynamite. And I believe the ratings for that were like 585.
Yeah, I heard that they were nuts, and they went on like at 12:30.
Yeah, it was something. It was ridiculously late,
Yep.
which fits into the Late Night Dynamite.
Yep.
I gotta say that their AEW Dark on YouTube is drawing good numbers, like good numbers for something that barely gets promoted.
Yeah. They talk about it because it's not meant to be a big thing. It's supposed to be.
No.
It's literally meant to be their Saturday night
Main event.
main event that WCW had.
Oh yeah, not WWE's main event.
No, it was like their the 2 hours on Saturday from 6 to 8 on
Yes.
TBS. It was literally meant to be that because every so often you would have bigger name talent from like the United States champion, even world champions. Ric Flair would show up on it so
Yeah.
often. Lex Luger would show up on it always often. But it was really meant for your low to upper mid card for the most part talent to thrive. The tag team division championships were really the thing on there.
I'm glad that AEW doesn't go that far with Dark. I mean, Dark gets some good matches.
No, I think all championships should show up on Dark at times.
The TNT Championship does show up on Dark. I mean, it's not defended on Dark, but the Dark Order shows up, and you know Brody Lee comes out with it.
Well, no, I mean like Moxley has been on Dark before
Yeah.
as well, so that's what I mean. Having like the TNT Championship, I think would be beneficiary to be defended on Dark on a rare occasion.
Yes, I mean, say Dynamite is too, the card is too busy to really fit to fit even a TNT Championship match on there.
Yep.
So you put it on Dark,
Yep.
or you put it on AEW Late Night Dynamite. Either one of those shows.
Well, Late Night Dynamite was only a special. It's not happening all the time.
But when they do eventually introduce a second TV
Yes.
show.
Whatever
Now,
that will be.
Now, before we get to the ratings, I did see probably the most ridiculous pro WWE comment that I've seen regarding an AEW going forward. This person said that if AEW starts a second show, well, then they're going to need a second world championship and a second tag team championship and a second women's championship. And I'm like, no. That's the mistake that WWE made.
Yeah. No, and it's not necessarily because I won't say that it's necessarily the mistake they made. It works. It works when you have a big enough talent pool that you actually use and push to maintain a brand split to have all those championships be required. WWE has never done that.
Well,
Except for the original brand split.
It worked for 6 months on the original brand split.
No, for a good portion of the brand split, it worked. Just not all divisions were covered.
Right.
Like the tag team championships were on both shows, were just mostly on Raw. They were a little bit were used consistently. There's a reason why Paul London and Brian Kendrick were over a year long as tag team champions on SmackDown. The fans liked them, but no, they did not. They didn't have any real teams.
There was no competition.
Really, any competition. It was most of the teams were just thrown together at that time, except for like Miz and Morrison when they actually held those.
That's another tag team that I've always enjoyed them.
Yes, but it was just like that. But like the women's division on Raw and SmackDown fluctuated a lot. There were times during the original brand split that they had a decent pool.
Yep.
Not everyone should have been. It was at the time where it didn't matter if you were actually a star or not. You eventually got a chance to be women's champion.
Yeah, it
generally.
rotated a lot.
You'd have your stars, but it's like, oh, we need a different, like, Jillian, you're going to get the belt. Oh, you're going to drop it in 2 weeks.
To Stacy Keibler.
To Stacy Keibler.
To this person. To that person. To this.
So it changed. It didn't matter if you were a star or not. It was like, oh, we're going to put the belt on you.
Yeah.
But they actually at least had a decent amount of women.
Exactly.
So, whereas now, like, you look at it and it's like, you have the tag titles. You don't have enough women for tag teams for that division, period. And you don't even have enough for your women's division
to
on
be
either
split
brand.
over 2 shows.
You literally gained Nikki Cross and Bayley again at Clash of Champions. Don't get me wrong, they actually do have put together decent matches together, and they're good.
They do.
pairing. But again, we've had this matchup how many times since July?
I know.
Yes, I know it's just a filler to build towards Sasha returning, But
Come on, people.
I'm glad I don't want Sasha right now in have that matchup now for between them. But at the same time, you could have done Alexa Bliss for a different one. Though I kind of like the zombie Bliss angle they're going with. So, but anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just. Yeah, go ahead.
So this week's ratings, Wednesday night, once again, NXT and AEW went head-to-head on Wednesday night.
And we know for a fact that NXT beat AEW with 500 and some odd to AEW's 800 and something, right?
NXT lost this week with their total of 696,000, while AEW won this week with 835,000.
No, I'm pretty sure NXT won with
This isn't golf.
You sure?
The higher number wins.
No, I'm pretty sure the lower number wins.
God, no. But AEW continues to show that Wednesday night is their spot.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be better if NXT, Tuesday, Thursday, doesn't matter. Pick a new night. You're consistently week after week showing that that the WWE machine does not believe that you should be your own show.
Because you were only giving this time to hurt AEW. It failed in January.
And every time that you've ever gotten close to AEW numbers and or actually beat them, you basically put on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. Maybe this is why Stephanie McMahon is selling a good portion of her stock.
43%.
Her and Triple H are going to try to buy NXT from Vince because Vince doesn't care about it.
I don't know what they're trying to do, but I know that the quarter is coming up, or it just happened. I don't know which one it is.
It's October.
So it's coming up.
Yeah.
Now, normally we do see that like 8% to like 10% shares being sold in the build-up to the next quarter. We've seen that before, right after WrestleMania.
It's also really depends on what they're doing, because Steph and Triple H have both taken large portions of stock.
That's true.
Because they're building a house. And
at the same time, most of their money is probably wrapped up in stocks and properties and stuff like that.
In actual real investments,
yes.
Not WWE.
Right.
Because they're smart.
So selling off these to get a cash flow makes sense.
Yep.
So what is it that she needs the cash for? Turns out that they're actually broke.
They're getting divorced, and Triple H is suing her for...
No.
No, they're too cute as a couple. They are too cute.
I still love the fact that she any time that they're doing something publicly, and even not publicly, she looks at him with she still has that I'm still a little girl looking at my boyfriend look.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, it is you see, and he looks at her with the exact same look. I'm like, you guys love each other. Mm-hmm. You understand that your roles within a company and working, but there are moments where you're just like, sup, babe? Oh, you cute. And I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
If you go and watch one of Triple H's DVDs about his career and everything, he talks about when he blew out his quad the first time, he had the surgery. She's actually there, and you can see how she's worried for it. This was before it was revealed that they were actually dating. This was past. Actually, they just broke up a few months before.
This was during the two-man power trip.
Yeah. So they just broke up earlier before.
In storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh no, they break up officially after he comes back from this knee.
Right.
So, but no one knew they were truly actually dating.
Nope.
And you can see she's concerned for. Yeah, it's adorable.
That's most likely the moment that both Linda and Paul's mom went. So when are we making the announcement that you guys are together? They're like, what are you talking about, Steph? We see it. Trip. Paul, we see the way you look at each other. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's been a few times I was playing Total Extreme Wrestling 2016, and the most shocking thing happened. Stephanie McMahon divorces Triple H. I'm like, what?
In storyline?
No, in like the little news caption of like what's going on in wrestling. So like the in-game, they were divorced.
What the?
I'm just like, what the fuck?
No, that doesn't happen.
I have more faith in Shawn Michaels and his wife getting divorced, and those two are madly in love with each other.
Yeah.
Than Triple H and that's saying something. Like, I know how much Shawn and his wife love each other. But I have more faith that they would get divorced before Triple H and Stephanie would get divorced.
Yeah. I have more faith that Undertaker, Mark, and why am I blanking on his wife's name?
Michelle McCool.
Yes. I don't know. Why did I blank on that?
I don't know.
I wanted to say Stacy Keibler, and I'm like, it's not her.
I think you were thinking of his first wife.
Oh no, Sarah. I knew, and I was like, yeah, no, that one. That went downhill quick.
There's a lesson to be learned with that marriage. Never get your name tattooed across your throat
or tattooed on you.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but especially across your throat, because he mentioned how much that hurt.
And then he had to cover it.
Yeah, because when they got it didn't work out afterwards.
Whew.
So, but yeah, so it's just All right. So what were the official? Oh, we already covered the numbers.
Yeah, we already covered the numbers.
But, yeah.
So it turns out that there's a COVID-19 outbreak within AEW, not WWE this time.
Nope, there was another one a few weeks ago.
Yes, there was.
In the NXT.
Yeah.
So.
God damn it, guys. Now, at the same time, it is one. This is. Yes, there is a 99 or 97% chance of recovering from it and all that stuff, but the ability of infection is so high that just sometimes coming into contact with somebody that already has it, you can catch it.
Yeah. So what we know is Lance Archer got found. He
tested positive for it.
He actually says that he believes he got it from a family friend who was in contact with him, and that's how he got it.
Okay.
So he didn't get through AEW.
So through a family friend. I mean, he was very forthcoming with his results very quickly.
Yep. So, but then there's another one.
I wrote Ben Carter. Benjamin Carter, somebody who showed up on AEW Dark. I know that he had a match against Scorpio Sky at one point.
But yeah, so the belief is that the outbreak came from talent who were not signed to the company, who came in for like Dark or a match on maybe on Dynamite, and now we know
never sign them.
No, don't
burn them at the stake.
Don't go that far. But first off, my point is
let the Young Bucks double super kick them.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay. From a distance though, socially distance that.
Yeah, this has got to be Young Bucks. You have to supercharge the super kick so the concussion force will hit him.
Can go 6 or more feet.
Yes, and then after he heals from that and the COVID, he can come back and Kenny Omega can hit a one-wing angel off the overhead into some boxes like Sammy Guevara.
Look, I gotta say, Sammy is a trooper for taking that.
Yeah. Anyway, we know that they do their testing is the day of tapings.
Yep.
You go to a facility. They do the blood prick test. You know in 15 minutes if you're positive or not.
Yeah.
And if you're not positive, you get a bracelet. You cannot get into Daily's place as talent without that bracelet.
Right. I know that the location they've said it's physically on the property, but it's like in the parking lot.
Yeah, because Daily's place is one of the zones that are set up for COVID testing. Period.
Right.
They get priority on tapings because they're letting them use their facility.
Yeah.
For this, so it's possible that they showed up just being around people.
Ooh. Also, another thing that I found out about that, the Cons have taken this method of testing and have adopted it for their for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Actually,
to a point.
Actually, from what based on this new outbreak, they've actually reached out to the NFL branch of what they own for how to expand their COVID testing.
Yes.
To get even more strict on it.
Yeah, but the idea of test and then allow them,
Yes.
the ones that positive to, the ones that are negative to, be able
Yeah.
to continue on. That idea started because of AEW being at the stadium. They were just like, okay, now that we have this method working,
Yeah.
we can incorporate that type of thing and then try to keep it in within the guidelines that the NFL has for us.
Yeah. But as for what they should do, if they know who the person is to possibly cause this outbreak, they should not use him or her. I'm assuming it's a him more than likely because they haven't had much.
Statistically, yeah.
But not use him for 2 years
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form. Don't ban him forever, but teach him a lesson.
When they bring him back, his name is going to be James Corney, and he'll job out for a full year, disappear, come back under his actual name, and then be all set again.
Put him in a mask and make sure he has like a Puerto Rican gimmick, kind of like Christopher Daniels in TNA. After he got fired for getting the Feast or Fire briefcase,
Yeah.
and then getting fired again the same way a year later, only to come back as Christopher Daniels. See, I was waiting for in TNA to have someone get fired by TNA from that briefcase, only to come back the next week because they signed a new contract. They're like, "Oh, we didn't want to fire this person. We're signing a new contract." And then now
I signed a new contract. I'm back, guys.
but now they're making more money because like, well, you fired me, you want me back, you're gonna pay me more money.
Exactly.
Oh, fine. It's like they actually use it to get more over. And like championship opportunities, all of a sudden, like they weren't getting them, and now they are.
Oh, that's
Because they
awesome.
lose all of them, but they like get
Yeah.
like 6 world title shots all of a sudden.
Speaking of returns, though, Cody has returned with darker hair, which means that he's
So dark side, Cody.
Yeah.
Cody.
yeah. Well, I mean, Miro showed up with blonde hair, so I guess Cody isn't allowed to be the blonde one anymore.
Hey, I'm the one who rips off Wrestle Talk's jokes.
Oh, I did not even know that.
The joke was Cody is back to his darker hair. So is Miro's dye taking all that up?
Yeah.
His hair is so much shorter.
It stole all of it away from Cody.
Yep. More than likely, he probably had to dye it for if his work in heels, if he's the stuff he's doing there.
Most
Also,
likely.
I do like the fact that it's a change.
Yeah.
And we're getting.
I like that suit that he came out
Oh
in.
yeah, and we're getting so much closer to the Four Horsemen, Cody.
See, I like Cody coming back as a heel. You've got Cody is, quote unquote, coming back as a heel. Even
Is
though,
he?
honestly, I don't think he's not been a heel this entire time.
Is he a heel? Because he's still going after the Dark Order.
That's just Retribution.
So is he a heel who's going after bigger heels than he currently is right now? But that will lead him to become even a bigger heel when he becomes part of the Four Horsemen, to throw shame on his family, and join the Horsemen instead of fight against them.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, we've got Cody has come back. We've got Kenny not willing to really let go and let Adam be his own thing.
But it's Adam who wants to be a tag team, but Kenny does not. But Kenny has yet to come back to wrestling singles, even though he's focusing on singles.
Yep.
But Paige, all his matches are said to be tag team matches, but because Kenny will not do them, they become singles, and he's getting big wins.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Oh, and the Young Bucks hate everything right now.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to be bad guys. I feel bad for Tony Schiavone's phone.
Yeah. Do you remember the time when we
Wait,
got
does that mean that when we get the Young Bucks versus FTR, FTR is going to be the faces of that match?
I don't know. I think once Kenny officially becomes the cleaner,
Oh, I can't wait.
I think he's gonna cut ties with the Young Bucks as altogether.
Oh, what I would like to see is that suddenly they just go back to being that trio that they were at the beginning of the Elite. And you're just like, no, they're there to do a job. Like, that's one thing that I liked about the Young Bucks and Kenny for the longest time, is that they were like, no, we're having fun. Like, yeah, we smile, and yes, the bad guys can smile and have fun and make jokes, but we're bad guys. We're still gonna beat everyone up.
See, what I don't want to see is I don't want to see the cleaner gimmick again.
Why not?
Because I want to see the cleaner mixed with the best bout machine gimmick. I want to see a combination of that.
So kind of the Terminator,
Sure.
which we got at, what was it, Wrestle Kingdom 12?
I don't know anymore.
Or
But no,
13?
I just want to see I want to see a version of the cleaner. Well, we still had he's a heel. He's doing stuff that the cleaner were doing, but he's
Cutting
on
the crazy promos that he cut.
but he's also tying into the fact that he is the best bout machine. Like
Yeah.
he's not only going to kick your ass, but he's going to have the best bout doing it.
He's gonna steal the night away, too.
Yeah, I'm going to steal the night while kicking your ass.
Yeah.
Having the best match on the card while kicking your ass. So a gimmick a version like that would be really cool. I think.
Yeah.
That's why we're not going back to an old gimmick, which there's still plenty of mileage. And especially now you're in AEW, it's you can approach it differently. But having a combination of he went from the cleaner to the best bout machine, to
Yeah.
who is Kenny Omega in AEW?
Exactly. I enjoyed the trip of trying to figure out who Kenny was in AEW.
Yeah, but
Because
now
he knew who he was in New Japan.
yeah, but now he's like, no, I know who I am. I was like, but you push the cleaner, and he's like, and that's what he's going through. But he's like, when he becomes the cleaner, he just starts having all these his bouts become amazing, and he's just like the cleaner's like, oh no, yeah, I'm the cleaner, but I'm also the best bout because I was trying to figure out who am I? Am I the best bout machine or am I the cleaner? I had to pick one or the other, and it just wasn't. Neither was working for here. Because they work together. I am the cleaner. I will kick your ass, and I'm going to steal the show doing it.
Exactly.
And that's what you go doing going forward. But you give some time where he's just the cleaner, but it still not seem to be working for him. There's something off. It's working, but there's something not 100% there.
Like he's getting wins, but they're not pretty. They're not. It's not match of the night.
Yeah.
It's a win. It's quick.
But then he starts going like John Moxley, match of the night.
Match of the night. Miro, match of the night.
Like
Sean Spears, match of the night.
He's
Cody, match of the night.
But he's also kicking ass at the same time.
Yeah.
He's still the cleaner.
Adam Page loses.
No. Well, actually, yeah, because he did it. He left my fantasy bookings.
Drops the belt. Drops the AEW championship to Adam Page.
All out next year.
It puts Adam Page over.
Yes.
Even though actually Adam Page is already over. And so I don't know about you, but it turns out that there's somebody from Impact who is currently not under contract with Impact.
Who's that?
That's another cowboy, James Storm.
He left a while ago.
Well, no, he hasn't left.
No, he's under. He works for NWA.
No, his NWA contract is over. Sorry,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, same guy, but yeah, his NWA contract is up. And why not, some cowboy shit with Adam Page? Even though I haven't seen, last I saw of James Storm, he was looking much older than he really does look.
Yeah, he got in really good shape.
Yes.
And he was doing some really good character work down in NWA. But no, it's the one thing that'll be interesting to see what they go with this. But yeah, it's just overall, they have to do something, and it's doing well. But what's else of the docket?
Well, speaking of Cody looking for retribution, it seems that WWE has found its Meh-tribution.
No, it's not Meh-tribution. It's Meh-tribution.
Oh, okay.
Get it right. We can't, if we do Meh-tribution, Wrestle Talk is going to sue us.
Oh, they're not going to get much of anything. I have over a 15-year-old TV that I play video games on.
They're just going to take that AEW money that you still refuse to give to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can neither confirm nor deny the rumors of any AEW money at this time.
Why do I see a check in your pocket, your breast pocket, with Tony's signature on it?
That's Tony Stark's signature.
Sure it is.
Yes.
Tony Stark doesn't exist.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But
right.
yes, we have Retribution.
We've got names.
They took off their mask to reveal who they are, and to reveal they had other masks underneath them. Okay, I'm gonna steal again for another one from Wrestle Talk right
Yeah.
now. Mercedes Martinez and Mia Yim's masks look like something an anti-masker would wear.
So we have a Karen and Karen 2.
I think there needs to be. You have to have a Karen, and you have to have something that's another version of a Karen, but a different name.
Yeah, it's called Karen.
Karen. No, So we have a Karen and a Susan situation.
Ooh, okay.
You gotta save Susan for Susan is like the pinnacle of Karen movements.
Okay, fair enough.
You guys can decide which one would be which, but they both don't seem like that. But just the mask.
It's a terrible idea. At least they got to keep their names.
Well, actually, we don't know what their names are because they haven't been officially announced. We
But
just
we know who they are.
I know, but apparently they were supposed to get their names this past Monday, but they got nixed. But one of them was apparently supposed to be named Shatter.
Okay.
We don't know who was supposed to be which, but apparently one was supposed to be Shatter. But we do need to know the names of the other three. You have, I'm assuming the leader, T-Bar, Dominic Divakovic. You have Mace, which is Dio Madden.
So I think I figured out why they're not going to go with the name Shatter.
Why?
Because it's actually the name of a drug. It's a type of medical marijuana concentrate.
Well, at least it's that, because I actually thought you were going to say it was a porn or a very sexualized name or something like that. Because I see you're on Urban Dictionary.
Yes, I am.
When you went there, I'm like, oh, it's sexualized. It's super sexualized. Oh, it's not a name for a drug. Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Oh, it also stands for shit splatter.
That's the reason why they're not going with it.
Oh, man, I just left a shatter in the bathroom.
Especially since, Mia Yim is African American and Martina Mendez is, I think, Puerto Rican.
Yes.
So that would definitely not go over well for either of them.
Nope.
But yes, we have Mace as Dio Madden, and then you have Slapjack.
We've got Mace Windu and Slapnuts.
No. We have T-Bar.
Spacebar.
T-Bar.
Spacebar.
Let me say them. T-Bar, Mace, and Slapjack.
So Spacebar, Mace Windu, and Slapnuts.
I give you the Slapnuts. And
Slapnuts, greatest name ever. It's the greatest thing that Double J ever gave to us.
yeah. Besides TNA. The years.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, the overall.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah. CM Punk had the best comment about Slapnuts. I mean, Slapjack. I mean,
Slapnuts.
No, it's Slapnuts.
It's Slapnuts.
Everyone. It's funny because, how many people were saying Slapnuts and how different people who have no relation to him on YouTube for Wrestling Tube call him Slapnuts.
It's... Jeff Jarrett gave us a great nickname, and anything that's slap related, it's Slapnuts.
But is that CM Punk said when you're bored in catering and there's an abundance of paper plates.
Okay, it's honestly Slapjack's mask looks like it's supposed to be the old school hockey mask.
No, it looks like a rejected version of Jason Voorhees.
Old school hockey mask.
No, it looks like something that Jason Voorhees would have looked at and go like, oh, no. My face is already messed up. This will make it even worse.
I will take a burlap sack over this.
No, you take this mask off, push the burlap sack over. Much
way better.
Only time you ever hear Jason Voorhees talk, much better.
And it's a wonderful, clean English accent.
Very high educated.
This is a much better mask.
And then, it's
can you imagine
people having sex?
Can you imagine? I now need to re-edit a couple of those movies, at least the chase scenes. Excuse me, miss, if you could come back here, please. Excuse me. excuse me.
I'm just-
Sorry about that.
I need to get some directions.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This thing just
Oh.
won't come out of my hand. I'm
I'm so sorry about
so
that.
sorry.
I've stabbed you again. Oops. My
sure-
bad.
I'm sure you could probably find those on YouTube.
I gotta do that.
I'm sure
gotta
you can
do
probably
that.
find them on YouTube. But yes, it's just... we
It's
know
just-
who these people are. We know it's D.L. Madden as Mace. We know it's Dominic Diver-Kojak. We know it's Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez. And we think, pretty sure it's Shane Thorne under Slapnuts.
That's the running theme. I've heard that there's 3 more members.
According to Raw, there's like 1,000 more members that have yet to have the courage to take the mask off to show they're much awful masks underneath.
Now I have inside sources that have told me about these other names.
Okay.
One of them is Mike Shonels.
Really?
Yep. Another one is Faux Diesel.
Really?
Yep. And the last one
Oh God.
is Triple T.
Triple T.
Triple T. Yep.
Triple T.
Yeah. They're going to play the senior members of Retribution. Quite literally the senior members.
At least you didn't. Really, at least you didn't do an Owen Hart one.
Well, who do you think their leader is?
Oh God. Let you walk.
Hey,
talk
at
me
least
to-
at least they'll keep him in a mask.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Hey,
And then
they were trying to get 2 more members, but one of them keeps choking out, and the other one, well,
Oh,
he
God.
he's got a magnet problem.
God.
I'm going to hell for my jokes. Owen Hart, I love you.
You're going-
I wish
no,
you
you-
were back. I miss you, bro.
No, you're going to Hades. You got hell, and then Hades is underneath that. It's so much worse.
I'm going to heck.
Yeah,
It's
I'm going to-
someplace off to the side.
Is it
It
not-
is neither hot nor cold at all moments.
It's like you got hell, you got Hades, and then you got heck off to the side, halfway between them, that no one knows actually is there.
Nope.
And it was designed just for you
Exactly.
to be the most boringest and most painful. Yet nothing happens at all.
Exactly.
But you're still being tortured
The
and bored at the same time.
the world, the temperature of the world is always just warm enough that if you start to do anything or you sit down for any length of time, you might start to sweat. So it's uncomfortable to fall asleep, but it's never like uncomfortable just overall.
Oh no. See, heck is the perfect place, perfect room temperature, perfect everything for sleeping, and you're always super ready to sleep, but only to realize that there's no such thing as sleep in this place.
Oh yeah, and the coffee is always room temp.
And decaf.
Fucking god damn it, that's horrible.
And you
Why
ha-
would you do that to
And
somebody?
you have to drink it black. Nothing.
Okay.
No, that means no sugar.
Okay.
No milk.
Okay.
Nothing.
Thank you. Thank
Oh.
you for the no milk. Oh, my stomach will thank you so much for that.
Well, in that case, milk.
God damn it.
And,
It's milk. It's coffee flavored milk.
Oh, and by the way, the coffee, it's a mixture of the piss
It's
from...
Sanka.
No,
It's just Sanka.
No, it's a combination of the piss from Dunkin' Donuts and Folgers.
Folgers isn't that bad.
Yes, it is.
Sanka is the worst thing possible.
Fine, throw Sink in there
It's
too.
instant coffee. Instant coffee is horrible.
Fine, throw that in there too.
All right.
But yeah, it's just okay. And then you gotta explain this to me, Adam.
Yes.
So this group, Retribution, they've been raising hell, attacking people.
They've been raising heck. They
They've
haven't
been-
been raising hell. DX did more hell raising than them.
According to the commentary, they've been raising hell.
Oh yeah.
In all this,
The biggest PG hell I've ever seen.
doing whatever they want,
Right.
except for being to attack SmackDown.
Yeah, they don't seem to be able to go there whatsoever.
But-
It's the power of Roman Reigns.
But now, because they have WWE signed them because they've been disrupting them. They thought it was a great idea to sign them to contracts, so now they can do whatever the fuck they want. Does this mean they can actually go to SmackDown now?
I'm sorry. Wait, if I had a bunch of kids hanging out and causing havoc in front of my convenience store, I'm not going to hire them to suddenly be the security guards of my convenience store.
You know what I want to see them do now? I want to see them return to SmackDown. It's like, we couldn't come here before we had contracts, but now we have contracts, we can get into SmackDown. And Roman Reigns walks over and is like,
No, leave.
Leave.
And they're like, okay.
They're like,
Okay, Roman.
they're like, why should we?
Because this is my yard.
He's just like, I said leave. We'll leave for now.
As they're backing away, they're like,
No.
you know, we're not going to leave. We're
Yeah.
not going to leave. John Silver actually walks up. It turns out he's their leader.
Try not to laugh.
Yeah. Roman gets in his face. Are you laughing? Are you crying? No.
He's like, listen, kid, I'm 29.
Yes. 29. Oh, freaking love that dude.
But no, it's just like as they're back in, it's like, we have Raw to conquer first, but then we'll be back.
We'll be back. We'll be back for you.
We'll be back for SmackDown.
That's right, buddy.
We just want to come back to you to remind you that we're coming, but we have to take care of Raw first.
Every time they call him buddy, he's like, I'm not your buddy, pal. And they're like, I'm not your pal, friend. I'm not your friend, guy.
But yeah, explain to
They're
me.
yelling that as they're separating further
But
and
yes,
further.
but explain to me.
I'm not explaining it to you.
How? Because they have
Because
contracts.
I can't explain it to you. Why they were hired, I don't know.
He's hired, but they were already hired. We knew when they first debuted, they were WWE performance people. We knew that.
You have to have a contract.
So if they're WWE performance, you have some form of contract.
I know.
So they just got WWE main roster contracts instead?
Yeah.
But then why are they changing their fucking names to names from a 80s TV show?
Spacebar. Mace.
Mace would be fine if you actually
Taser.
Mace would be fine if you gave him a last name, a decent last name. It would probably
Like
work.
Windu?
No, not Windu.
Disney would come after them for that.
I'm pretty sure think Vince would be like, bring it on, and think they could take him on. Because we're WWE. We don't.
I'm sorry, they tried to take on a non-profit over the name the symbol WWF and lost.
I know.
So taking on $1 billion or almost $1 trillion company
I know.
like Disney, yeah, no.
Vince would probably think he could win,
Oh God.
knowing Vince. But
Oh,
if you
God.
came up with a decent last name, I think Mace could work.
Oh yeah.
Out of all the people in Retribution, he's the most looking one. Honestly, Dio Madden actually has a good look, and even with the way they're looking, it's not the best. But for what we are in lockdown era, it's not bad. For him, only for him. But yeah, why are they changing their fucking names? Cause
I know.
they're literally laughing at them behind the scenes. Like, people are saying we're literally laughing at their new direction backstage on Monday. That's how bad this is. People backstage know it. There are literally people saying that
We were talking about how bad it was an idea when they first started.
yeah, and now there are people who are saying like this gimmick, this whole thing is literally making it almost impossible for any of them involved to get out of this once it's done.
Oh, I know.
And if things turn out to be true, that will be done at Survivor Series because apparently they're looking for a big angle. Will be a 5-on-5 between Retribution. Meh-tribution. Gotta get that. We gotta get that right.
Meh.
Meh-tribution.
Just meh.
Meh. But we actually would be. I'm okay with it. As much as I think this is a stupid angle, I am kind of okay with that matchup because it would be the first time in Survivor Series history you'd have a 5-on-5 where you had men and women teaming together,
Okay, fair enough.
which would be kind of cool. But knowing them, they would do WWE standards where if a woman tagged in, the men have to get out. If a man tags in, the women can't get in. They can't touch each other, except for when the women actually can attack the men.
Yeah, like the
But the
Kurt
men,
Angle and
Ronda Rousey.
thank you. versus Stephanie and Triple H.
Except for when you want to go for a shock moment, like when you have Baron Corbin give Becky Lynch the end of days.
Yeah.
To further motivate Seth Rollins to beat the living shit out of him. I literally just watched a thing for AuthorTube on YouTube the other day about how having violence happen to a woman to motivate the man.
Oh yeah, it's called the woman. What was it? Woman in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it's like the idea. Like she basically was getting advice about how to white women. And like, don't use them to help motivate, give man a reason to do something.
So the weird part about that, it's from comic books, and Green Lantern of all things. Here's the real kicker: a woman wrote it. Now, she needed something that was shocking, that would drive the main character, Green Lantern. It was Kyle Rayner, to really push him and have him lose his mind for a moment. And it was literally the bad guy killed his girlfriend and shoved her body in the refrigerator. Yeah. So, girl in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Yeah, and she that author, the writer, has said it was a bad decision.
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of anything else.
But the thing is, though, that wasn't the first time that's happened. If you go back through history, it's used constantly.
The Mary Sue.
Not just the Mary Sue, but just like the fact that a lot, especially if you go back in like fantasy, to motivate the man, the male human.
She's either put in danger,
kidnapped, violent, some kind of thing to get them. It's not the way to write women.
No.
The Belcher test. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not.
It's a very simple test. You'd be surprised how many films fail it. The idea is if you have more than two women in a movie, film, or book, that they talk to each other at least one time in the entire film or movie, TV show, episode, book, whatever, and do not talk about a man, you pass the Belcher test.
Wow. I didn't realize how often authors fail that test.
Yeah. 2020, that test is way too simple now. I actually was watching how different people have different versions of tests. Like, one of the things was like having a person of color, a woman, being in a marriage that is actually healthy and thriving.
Yep.
Is a pass for her. And that was the only pass. Like, if you...
Wow.
There were some of these people, they were all women who were saying, like, for me, if you have... It's just one thing. If you do this, you pass for me because you're breaking this stereotype. It's doing this. When I saw constantly having a Latina not over-sexualized as being...
What?
There.
These are literary stereotypes.
Being a Latino in
Latina?
a Latino in any direction, male or woman, who can actually speak good English.
I'm sorry. What?
I think it was actually a woman in that. The first one was a Latina, but can speak English, not over sexualized.
What?
But the Belcher test is, and so many fail. And it's as simple as that. You could have multiple women in your movie who are strong characters, but because they never actually talk to may have a conversation with each other to have at all in the film, it fails. So not every failure is because they
fell into the stereotype of having to talk about
men, the
male character.
Yeah, it's because they didn't talk to each other. Therefore, it failed because that didn't happen.
I just don't feel that fail is a actual fail.
It's not, but basically, if you're putting it up in there, it is a fail.
Yeah, the book series that I'm reading right now, for me, one of the biggest fails regarding female characters always is the submissive. That almost all of the, like, especially in fantasy, it happens quite often where, yes, you have the 1 to 2 female warriors, but then every other female character is submissive in one way or another. And I'm like, why can't, like, the series that I'm reading right now, one of the main female characters is the leader of her damn nation. She's a queen, and she is treated as such. And she's badass.
Nice.
She performs a Kamehameha.
Is she?
And I was like, that was cool.
Is she treated like written as masculine?
No.
So there is femininity.
Yes.
Okay, that's another one big thing that people were saying is that when it comes to like women,
they're either overly masculine.
Not
Sonia Red.
Not overly masculine, but they can be, but they're treated as like masculine.
Yeah.
In a sense, they're really like they're females, but they're
dudes.
They're doing man things.
Yeah.
Because that's forward thinking, or they're submissives.
Yeah.
Like that's like there's nothing.
One of the other female characters, and I absolutely love her. She's an elf. She's a shipbuilder.
Cool.
And well, one of the cool things about her is, all right, the series is called The Land. It's written by Aileron Kong, and I enjoy the series, and I listen to it on Audible. And I enjoy listening to it because the story's being told to me. Normally, I prefer to read the book, but I like this better right now. The shipbuilder continues to randomly hit on the main character. And the main character, Richter, is a young black man. And he blushes. And his best friend, the son of the queen of the wood sprites, turns to him and goes, "I did not know someone of your color could blush." I was like, oh, that's awesome. But it's like one of the few times that actually they even talk about the main character's skin color in any way. And I was like, oh, like to me, because every reader projects themselves into the main character.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. Like it's mentioned near the beginning, and then like book 2 it comes back up. Oh. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
It's amazing how many people forget how people's skin color when it's briefly mentioned once, and then a movie adaptation is made of it, and they realize Rue from the Hunger Games is black. Oh, I'm not gonna read this anymore. I'm not gonna see that movie. She's not black.
They made her a black character because they had to. It's like no, it's canon. It's in the book.
It's actually referred to that most people in District 11 have darker skin.
Yeah.
Than the people in 12 in other regions.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's briefly mentioned. Like I didn't even realize that until the movie came out and people mentioned that. Then the next time I did the audiobooks, I heard them like, oh yeah, there it is. I just went through them again because they were for free on Spotify.
Spotify, okay.
And I was like, hey, I'll listen to those again because I had a free trial for that. And I was like, I'll listen to them. And I caught it. Like, oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's in there. You just, again, yeah, it's called being racist.
Yes, it's soft racism. It's still racism.
But anyway, back on topic and everything. What were we actually talking about?
Retribution, the last topic we had anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot because it's they're.
I mean, we could bring up basic cable action shows again. I mean, that's a continuation from last week.
You mean
carryover.
Wait. Have continuity in our shows?
What?
That is not allowed. I forbid. It's written into the napkin.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. We can't have
continuity whatsoever.
Oh, we got to wait 2 more weeks before we bring that back up, right?
Exactly.
Okay, good.
And it can't be linked to anything we've talked about in the other episode. After 3 more weeks again, then we can link to those topics again because there's an episode before. But yeah, it's just like it'd be a cool Survivor Series matchup to do that. But you have to have women can fight men can fight women. It's just that's how you have to do it.
What? Mixed gender matches?
I know. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, going off on something different.
Yeah, what's up?
Apparently a former NXT champion is returning to NXT at TakeOver. A segment aired where it was like a night vision. No, he's already back.
Samoa Joe.
We don't know who it is. It's a segment was
Seth Rollins.
Shut up.
I'll start going through every one of the champions.
Can you name every single champion?
No, I can't.
Exactly.
Not off the top of my head.
So the segment airs where it's just basically this
Owen Hart.
this voice
Drew McIntyre.
Will you shut up? Voice modulated, saying something, blah blah, coming back to get what they want. It's all like night vision. You see like an NXT championship in a glass. You can't tell which one it is but then the person backs off, grabs a pipe and smashes it. The glass goes and picks it up, but you still can't kind of tell which one it is. I can kind of tell which one it is.
Oh.
Because based on the size,
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost certain it's the women's title in there.
Oh.
So personally, I think it would be. Honestly, I think it would be better if a women's former NXT women's champion returned to there.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, exactly. No, people were guessing if it is a woman, the best person for it to return to NXT would be Ember Moon, which would be
That, yeah. It's Asuka.
so-
NXT is not ready for Asuka.
Some people have predicted Bo Dallas returning because we haven't seen him in action since 2019.
No
But
offense.
he was over in NXT. When he
Yeah.
was down there, he was over. This would be an interesting repackaging for him. Some people have said Bobby Roode because he's apparently been said that he'd be coming back.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting. But it just said it's supposed to be a former NXT champion. They will be appearing at TakeOver. So who knows? But I think a women's version and it being Ember Moon would be a great repackage from her.
You know it won't be.
Of course not, but
It'll be Charlotte Flair if it's any former champion.
yeah. And she's teased about possibly coming back. Oh God, we haven't had enough time away from her. You said January.
Yeah.
And by January we wanted March.
Yeah,
April,
and
after
what
WrestleMania.
what we mean by March or into the beginning of April, we mean after WrestleMania,
WrestleMania.
sometime in May,
Sometime in May.
sometime better around SummerSlam.
And by May,
You know what? Maybe 2022. I don't know.
But you know, if she comes back, this comes out to be her. You just it's confirm that December 31st will turn into December 32nd.
Yes.
It will be a guarantee a lot.
No, it'll just be December 31st. 1160.
No, it'll be
1161. 1162.
no. It'll be yeah, 62. I was gonna be like,
Just keeps going.
It goes to 1300.
13.
13.
14.
It skips 12
15.
and goes into 13.
Yeah.
14.
You're like, wait, what? How did you skip it? And like, look, don't ask
Oh,
questions.
no. If it's military time, it'd be instead of 24, it'd be 0, 0. It goes to 24.
Yeah.
And then 25,
25,
26,
6,
and just like
7.
Come on!
It's just, it will never end.
By the way, Stephen Amell had the best wine that's gonna be coming out
Oh, yes?
soon, and as he puts it on there, he's like, yes, it says what you think it says, and it literally says.
Sex wine?
No, the wine is it's spinning, and it says on there it's like FU 2020. It's like
Sounds about right.
And you look like is that saying what I think it says? And he's like, it says what you think it says. It's like, yep, that's about right.
Nope, it's 2020. FU 2020.
FU 2020.
It's late September. We have 3 months left of this year.
Really,
Let's get 2021 over here, all right?
I really swear.
I don't want to skip Halloween though.
I graduated from Full Sail in February. I swear at least 2 years have gone by since then.
It feels like 5,
Or at least a year and a half.
something like that.
Has gone by. So, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you. So comment down below, what do you thought of Retribution's name? Let us know how amazingly awful they are.
Yeah, slap nuts.
You probably thought I was gonna say amazingly awesome, but then you weren't. You
More-
really?
Oh, you know what? I've got the better name for Mace. Morning Star.
No,
No?
that actually would work. And for Dio Madden, it actually probably work.
Dang it. All right, fine. I got to find a better name for him.
Windu. Mace Windu.
Windex.
Windex. There you go. So you got Spacebar, Windex, and Slapnuts. Okay, Adam, before we completely close out the show,
Yes.
give your best predictions for the names for Mia Yim and Mercedes Mendez.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to think about that because right away my mind went into a situation where we will be canceled.
You mean you'd be canceled? This is not my channel.
Fair enough.
Okay, so think about that.
I will.
But I think
Because Shatter is a terrible name.
I think Cheryl works. Oh wait, that's right. That'd be racist. Never mind.
Shit splatter.
Shit splatter. Shit splatter is gonna be one of them. No. I can't believe I just said that.
Jewel.
No. Hey, just give Mia Yim
Champagne.
Just give Mia Yim her name from Impact when she was Jade.
No. Emerald.
Emerald. That's not from an 80s cartoon show.
Okay.
It's gonna be Jazz. One of them is gonna be Jazz. I guarantee you. And if I had to pick, it's going to be
Actually,
Mia Yim.
If Jazz and Shatter will work then because Shatter's a Decepticon.
No. See, Jazz. They'll give Mia Yim Jazz because Vince will forget that they had Jazz, the wrestler.
I know.
Work for them and think it's a brilliant name.
Oh, and the other one will get Blaze.
Yeah.
Jazz and Blaze, and they're like, we've already had two women under those names before. No, we haven't.
No. It will be the other one, Mercedes Mendez will be Blade. Yeah, that's not gonna get. Like, we're not copying Marvel. She's a female.
God, no. Just wrap up the show here. I'm shifting the glasses.
Yeah,
I didn't take them off, but
you didn't take them off. You didn't move them to get to pinch the nose. I'll take it. That's a great way to end the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know down in the comment section about your predictions for the names for Mia Yim and Mercedes Mendez. Martinez.
Yeah.
Mendez. Martinez. Wow. I'm yeah, okay. We definitely gotta wrap up this show. Since you made it to the end of the show, give this video a thumbs up. You're clearly liking what we're talking about, or you just heard we were gonna trash Retribution and you decided to listen in.
Yeah.
See if we added anything to the conversation. You should know by now. We just steal everybody else's. It's just such a very inconvenience to us.
Super easy.
Yes.
You know what? You know what's great about giving a thumbs up? It's tight.
giving thumbs up like it's tight. Whoa, Adam! I need you to truly get off of my back of writing during this podcast.
What? Huh? I mean, you're lucky I'm paying attention.
5G joke here. Hit that subscribe button since it's right there.
Ding.
Ring that bell.
Ding.
And turn on all notifications so you know when all other As the Buckle Turns and other Zop Gaming content go live.
Mm-hmm.
And you can look forward to next week's episode of Fantasy Booking. As well as eventually at some point I'm going to be doing streaming of Can I Save WWE?
What?
Yes, I'm going to be streaming another TW soon. Where the storyline is Vince has passed away. Triple H has taken over as what's the name? Temporary.
Interim
chairman. And yes, the brand splits are first in the go, just like that stupid 24/7 championship.
All right.
And Meh-tribution.
Meh.
But anyway, you can look for that stuff. Because I want to stream that, I'll put the stuff there as well. Pretty sure it'll show up on this channel at some point. And do us all a favor and boycott Neuro Championship Wrestling. It's
seriously, don't. It's an awesome show. Why? You know what, Tim? You get bent.
Okay.
Weirdo.
5G.